Hello guys, welcome to these tutorials, and my name is Evans, and in this tutorial I'm going to start working on the February-March 2016 IGCSE ICT paper. In this video I'm going to start working on paper 2, and in the coming videos I'll start also looking at paper 3. Well, in this video I'm going to try to make it as short as possible. I'll be just doing a dive in document production, and then later on we go to data manipulation, then we go to presentation in the other videos to follow. Okay, so what you need for these videos, the files, the source files that you need to work with. These are the files. I've put them in the folder here, and also have my question paper here. I'll try to paste a link where you can find these files under the comment section or just below this video, and so that you guys can work along in case you don't have these files, or you don't know where to get these files. Okay, so let's quickly get into our work. Okay, so right, so I might say that before we even got into the actual working, I might say that ICT has really changed over the years, and it is becoming more fruitful really to work, and it's been more beneficial actually to solve an ICT paper, in that it is becoming more practical. Let me use that term. I don't know what I can say, but it's becoming more practical. The way the questions are structured, and what is required of you from each question really is demanding the skill that you have acquired over the years practicing with computers and all. And unlike in the past, the way it was just about like mastering some techniques and stuff and come and demonstrate them, but really the way that the ICT syllabus has been structured, especially in this year 2016, I like the way it is, because it is not just about solving a question, but really it's about demonstrating all the skills that you have acquired over the years working with ICT. So I want to believe that you guys are going to find these videos very helpful, and for those of you that are preparing for the exam, for the June exams, and for the November exams, these videos are really very helpful for you, even to know what to expect in the 2016 exam, and what really examiners will be looking for. Okay, so let's quickly dive into what we are supposed to be looking at in this video. Okay, so you work for Mana Constructions, which has offices in several cities. You're going to perform some tasks for this company. So in task 2, you will need to determine, rather to define and use the following paragraph styles: house style, specification sheet, and these are the styles that you're going to be working with. Okay, MC title, MC subtitle, MC subheading, and MC body, and all these this side are the attributes that you have to set, the properties of these of these style sheets. Okay, so right, so task 1, evidence document. Open the file M16 Evidence.rtf. Okay, so let's go to, okay, I got a number of files open. Let me just close up some files here. I don't need these, it's just for, yeah, I don't need these as well. Okay, right, so there you go. So let me just open up evidence document. Okay, this is M16 Evidence. Just double click on it, and there you go. So the next step tells us, says open, make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of your evidence document by placing these in the header of the document. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a header with our candidate details. Insert header like that. So Chikasa Evans, and my center number is ZM556, and candidate number is 001 as usual. Okay, so next step, save your evidence document in your work area as evidence, followed by your candidate number, for example evidence 9999. Okay, so let's go back to the evidence document, file, save as, and then browse to the folder where you are currently. So this is my current folder, and I'm just gonna paste, rather save this as evidence, and then I'll put 0001. Okay, and I'll click on save. Next step, You will need to place screenshots in this evidence document when required. Okay, so task 2, and this is document production section. So you are going to edit a newsletter about the development of a new construction project. And step 1, using a suitable software package, load the file M16 project.rtf. So let's go back here, .rtf. So let's check for the name again. So it's project, this is project, and you can see it's RTF here. It's rich text file or rich text format. So let's open this, and yeah, next step, set the page size to F4, and we set the page orientation to portrait. Okay, so let's go back to here. So we're going to set the page size to F4, and the page orientation we set it out to landscape. Okay, so paper size, set it to F4. We're supposed to capture some screenshot of this, I guess, yeah, later on. So we'll come back here. So set the paper size to F4, and then the orientation, set it to portrait. Okay, before I close this window, let me just verify. Okay, step 2 says set all margins to 2 centimeters, and then we need to place evidence of page size and margin settings in our evidence document. Okay, so before I even close this, let me go ahead and set my margins to 2 centimeters. Okay, so guys, the other thing that I want to point out here, okay, before I say that, let me just get a screenshot here of the margins. Okay, so I'm gonna crop this like that and copy it. Okay, and say okay. Now I wanted to say, guys, that when you're working with margins, you must be very careful when you're working with measurements in Microsoft Word. Oftentimes when you install Microsoft Word onto a computer, the measurements sometimes they may be in inches, and you'll be required to measure to do your measurements in centimeters. So you need to verify that the computer that you're using actually Office is configured actually to work with centimeters and not inches. So the way you do that, you go to File and you go to Options, and you go to Advanced and scroll down here to about to Display. Right down here you will say Show measurements in units of. Okay, just here, show measurements in units of centimeters. Sometimes it is in units of inches, and that tempers with, because 2 inches is not the same as 2 centimeters. So when you type 2, it assumes that is inches and not centimeters, and you're going to find you're going to have very large margins, and your work is going to be distorted overall. So please make sure that your units are in centimeters as you work, so that you don't have relatively larger margins. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this so that I remain with my margins as they are. So I just did take a screenshot of the margins, and so I'm going to paste the margins there. So when you notice that I didn't have to take the screenshot of the whole screen here, there is a software called Light. Let me just get this software. There is this software called what? It's called, I don't know if it's Lighthouse or whatever. I've forgotten the name, but it's a pretty much a good software. I don't know if I can find it here on my installed programs. Okay, Lightshot, not Lighthouse. It's called Lightshot. Right, so it's a very good software in that it allows you to really capture just a screen that you are interested in, and you don't have to get the whole screen and then go to crop and stuff like that. So you just get that. So let me just show you how this software really works. I want to get now the evidence of the page size that the paper has been set to F4. So I'm gonna just click on on print screen on my keyboard, or just come down here and click on Lightshot, and then there you go. So it is now in capturing mode, and it's waiting for you to select the area that you want to take as a snapshot. So I'm going to just drag around this, and this is my area, and I'm going to select this which says copy, and there you go. Lightshot has copied to clipboard my evidence. So I'm going to say okay. So come here, and just at the base here, the bottom, I'm gonna paste the copied work, and you will see that I didn't have to do much of the cropping there, and the work looks pretty much good. Okay, now so the next thing that I want to do is I want to go to my question paper. So I've done the evidence of the screenshot for page size and margin. And step 3, save the newsletter in your work area. Use the format of the software package and give this document a new name. And we need to place evidence as a screenshot, okay, to show that the file has been saved, and we make sure that the file is actually there is evidence of the file type. Okay. So what this is showing us that we need to save this file that we're working with, this document that we're working with. We need to save it in our work area, and then we need to capture a screenshot to show that really it has been saved in the work area, and we need to show the file type that it has been saved in. So come back here and go to File, Save As, and I don't know if we've been given a specific name to save it as. Okay, so I don't think we've been given a specific name to save it as, so I'm gonna just save it to differentiate it from the original file. So I'm gonna save it as project, remove the M16, I'm gonna save it as project. But guys, this is where it gets interesting. We are told to save this file in the format, let me just come back here. We're told to save it in the format. Okay, it says use the format of your software package. Okay, so you need to know that Word document, this file was initially a rich text format, so you need to save it as a Word document file. Okay, so don't forget that. Okay, so go ahead. Now the mistake that most students are going to make here is actually to get this screenshot as evidence that the file has been saved. No, this window doesn't show us that the file has been saved, because as you can see, there is no file that is existing in here called project. Okay, so this file is not yet saved. So please don't go ahead and capture this window as evidence that you have saved the file, showing this side, like showing here, just here, showing that this is the evidence that you've saved it as a Word document. No, this file is not yet saved. Okay, this is very important, guys. So I'm gonna just cancel this and then go ahead and click on save. Okay, so once I click on save, then I go to my work area, and this is my work area. Now the file that has been saved is actually this one. Okay, so I'm gonna just maximize this window so that I see the entire file type, and you'll see that it's project and it's saved as a Microsoft Word document. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and capture this this window. Okay, so I can just get this part here. Okay, this is cool, and the beauty with this software light shot, you can even just emphasize that this is actually the file that I captured. Okay, you don't have to do that really, but I just find it very useful if you want to show certain areas that this is where I captured this and this is where I did this. Okay, so I'm gonna just have to copy that and go in my evidence document and come here and paste it here. Okay, so there you go. So it shows me this is the file that I saved in the my work area. Okay, next step 4, placing the header, your name and candidate number left aligned, and then center number right aligned. So let's go back here, go to insert, header, name and candidate number. So Chikasa Evans 0001. I'm gonna have to delete this and save it right aligned ZM556. Okay, so this one done. Let's go back to the question. Place in the footer automated file name right aligned, including the file path. Okay, so you need to make sure that your alignments match the page margins, as well as the header and footer are also displayed on each page. So I'm gonna go back here and insert this time around the footer, and I'll choose blank 3 columns. I love to work with columns, rather headers on footers which are already placed. Okay, middle, center, and rather left, center, and right aligned. You don't really have to stress about worrying about the alignment and stuff. So here I don't need the left aligned, I don't need center aligned, I only need the right aligned. and there you're going to put the file name and path. So just down here, just hit F on your keyboard. Okay, just hit F on your keyboard to go to file, the F in the alphabets. So these are arranged in alphabetical order, and then make sure that you check this part, add to file path. Okay, so this is very important, guys. If you want going to add the file path, let me just show. This part is very important for you to really just demonstrate that you want to add file path. Okay, so click on it and then say OK, and so you're going to have the name and the file path indicated there. Okay, so this has to be right aligned. Okay, and it is right aligned. So you notice that the paper or the page or the text actually overflows to the new line. It's because this text is kind of long, but if I shifted some documents just to make sure that there are many folders. So now let me just say this file is saved in actually a couple of folders, and so this is why you find that it has actually exceeded this. But when you save it in just a single or two folders, it shouldn't actually be this long. Okay, but it doesn't matter really here. It doesn't matter that it should be that, but just for the sake of showing really that this file is right aligned, it'll be nice. For example, let me just close this. Okay, let me not do that, because once I do that, I'll need to go back and close even this page if I have to move this file. If I have to move this file out of this folder into this folder into this folder and somewhere around here, so that we just have one folder. But I don't mind the way it is. You guys, you need to make sure that your files are not placed in too many folders when you do your work. Otherwise, you're going to have the situation that I have here, where the file name actually overlaps and flows into the next line. Okay, so this is not a big deal per se. Okay, so next we need to verify that all the alignments match the page margins, and also the headers and footers are displayed on each page. So come back here, you will see that the header and footer are there, and on each page you see all those details there. And the other thing is that all margins, all headers and footers should be aligned to the margin. If you click just around here, you will see that this is working perfectly well. Even this side, you see that the margins, your header and your alignments, everything is within the boundaries of the margins. So that should be fine as well. Okay, step 5, create or edit the following styles. You apply these styles to the text in the document, and so refer to the house style specification sheet for details of these styles. Okay, so you have MC, then you have subtitle, then you have subheading, and you have MC body. So let's create these 4 styles. Now if you go back to just the beginning of the exam, we had this style that we have here, and all the styles that we have to create are going to be based on these. So let me go back to here. Now what I'm going to do, guys, here is very important, because when you are starting to work with styles, if for example I hover my mouse around these existing styles, you see that my text keeps on changing. So what I would want to do is to put my cursor at the beginning of the line, hit enter key once, so that whenever I'm making a style, it is just going to be affecting this line and not affecting the entire text. Because if my cursor was, for example, in this line and I hover around there, you see that the text is being affected. So imagine you're creating 4 styles, and every time you create a style, you have to reapply this style to the normal, so that this text can come back to this normal text in the initial text. Okay, so I created a blank line here so that I can be manipulating the style around here. So I'm going to go here and create a new style. Now there are 2 things that you can do here. You can edit an existing style, okay, or you can create a new style. I prefer creating a new style, not editing with this style, okay, because sometimes you may find that you need to use the style in another part, and then it is working with a style that has been modified. Okay, so I'm gonna have this is as MC title. So this is MC title. That is our first style. It's MC title. It is a sans serif font, and then it is 36 point, right aligned. There is no other enhancement. it is single line spacing. Okay, so we're going to go back here, go to modify, and then we're going to make it 36 point or pixels, and then it's going to be right aligned. Okay, and then we need to make sure that it is single line spacing, and then just verify that there is no other. So we've done sans serif 36 right aligned, and it is single line spacing. So go back again here. Okay, so Calibri, the text style that we're using, font style that we're using actually is actually a sans serif font. Okay, if you don't know what a sans serif font and what a serif font is, I'll refer you to watch one of my videos. I think should be the first one of the 2016 the specimen papers, if I'm not mistaken. The 2015 paper that I did take time to explain what sans serif and the difference between sans serif and serif font. You can even Google that, and you can find out the difference. Okay, so I'm done with this one, so I'm gonna say okay, and then say okay. So you see that automatically this line, there is sort of some space that has existed, but the style has been created down here, up here rather. It's MC title. So the next style that we need to create is called MC subtitle. Okay, I can even just copy this text so that I don't have to be typing a lot. Sans serif point, 18 point, right aligned, underlined, and single. So in this case, the enhancement is underlining. So I'm going to go back here, go to modify. The name actually is supposed to be MC subtitle, and supposed to be 18, and then supposed to be right aligned as well, except that it's supposed to be underlined, and it is also supposed to be a single line spacing. So just go ahead and verify that these are the things that you want. So sans serif point, 18 point, sans serif font, 18 point, right aligned, underlined, and single line spacing. Come back here, and this is what you have. This is a sans serif font, 18 is underlined, and then it is supposed to be right aligned. Okay, so just here say okay, it's supposed to be right aligned like that. Okay, right, so say okay. The next one to create is supposed to be, let's just verify that we're supposed to have MC subheading. I'm going to copy this as well, come here and then paste it there and modify. And then this one is supposed to be it's a serif font. It's supposed to be 14 point, left aligned, and single point, and then there is also space after 14 points. Okay, so let's come back here. This is left aligned, it's supposed to be 14. Okay, and then it's a serif font, so I'm gonna go with Times New Roman, and it's single line spacing as well. Okay, single line spacing, but space after is supposed to be 14 point. Okay, so just verify that this is what you have. So serif font, Times New Roman, 14 point, left aligned, single spacing, and 14 points after paragraph. Okay, okay, so you have that. So let's just go ahead and say okay. The next style that we need, so you see all these styles that we are creating, they'll be shown on top here. The next style that we're going to create is actually the last one, supposed to be MC body. I'm gonna copy this. So it's a serif font, 12 point, fully justified, single, and then it's supposed to be 12. So come back here, paste MC body, modify. It's supposed to be line size 12, a serif font as well. So I'm gonna leave this. It's supposed to be fully justified. Okay, so I'm gonna go there, and then under paragraphing, space after is supposed to be 12, and then it's supposed to be single line spacing. So just before I close this, let's go back and confirm this. So it's serif font, Times New Roman, 12 point, fully justified, single line spacing, and 12 space after paragraph. So before I even close this, let me just go back to the question and step, I don't know if it was step 5 or so. Yeah, step 5. And then there was evidence saying place in the evidence document screenshots to show how you created or edited the MC body paragraph style which is defined in the house style specification sheet, you only need to show evidence of the MC body. And thank God the one that we were last to work on is MC body, so we haven't yet closed that. So I'm just gonna go back to here. So this is the evidence of how you're creating the MC body. So I'm gonna just go and crop this part and just get this part really as our evidence that we have worked on this. Okay, so you notice that these two windows are very important, because this window is showing you the name of the style, the font style, the font size, the alignment, and this other window is showing you that this alignment has been justified. And then you have also this part which is showing you that there's 12 space point, and then you have this other part which is showing you single spacing, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and crop this and just get this part and just show it as my evidence. Okay, so just come here and copy, then I'll just click on OK and OK, and I'll go to my evidence document and paste screenshot of body text style definition. So I'll paste that. So this is the evidence that I've done that. Okay, next I'm going to insert a blank line at the start of this is step 6. Insert a blank line at the start of the document and enter the title, Manner Construction News. So I'm gonna just copy this. Now remember, we did already insert a blank line. That's where we were working with the files that the styles that we are creating here, just so that we shouldn't be tampering with the other part. So in case we were not going to work on that, we just needed to delete this line, so that we remove the space above. But since the question asked us to put space, so I'm just gonna paste my style there. Okay, now remember, this one has been underlined because the style that is existing there already is this one that was already underlined. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me just create the space in question, and let's just go and type manner. Let's see, the text is manner construction news, manner construction, okay, news. Okay, and yeah, then we need to apply the style MC title style. The other thing, guys, that we need to take note, that I've just remembered, is that we forgot to change for body. Let's just come back here. Okay, so let's just come back here, guys. This is very important. I'm gonna just have to do a screenshot here so that you really see what I'm trying to say. So if you focus your area around the body style here, you will see that let me just try to zoom in. Can I zoom in? Okay, let me not use this. Let me go to the actual work, and let's go to this style and modify it, the body style. There's something I want to show you. You notice, let me just now do this just around this area. Notice how we forgot to change the underline section there. If you go to your house style sheet, you notice that underline was never part of the body property. This is because when we were building the body property, the previous style actually had underline as one of the properties. We were supposed to remove style underline so that it's not part of the property. Otherwise, all our body text, when we apply the style, is going to be underlined because of this part here. So guys, take note of this. I repeat, the MC body style does not have underline in its property, or in its one of its attributes is not underlined. Okay, there's no emphasis there. The enhancement is none. Okay, what you're supposed to do, actually, the last style that you were working with, which was your subheading, I don't know if it was subheading or whatever style, it kind of had underlined set as one of the properties. What you're supposed to do is to actually remove the underline feature, so that before you capture the screenshot. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is to just remove the underline feature here, go back to paragraph, and have this as it is, and then this is the screenshot that I'm going to capture. The previous screenshot that we captured actually showed underline there, so I'm gonna redo this, guys. It's very, very important that you verify that your styles are actually the very styles that you were asked to. So let's go back and modify, remove this style. So the style that we put in our evidence document in this section, actually you'll notice this down around here, just somewhere here, the style is actually underlined. So I'm going to just delete this so that I paste in the new one, which is not going to be underlined. Guys, this is very important. In case you didn't understand what I was talking about, please, you can go back, rewind the video a bit, and then listen to what I'm saying. This is very important. Otherwise, you're going to see that your text throughout your body text is going to be underlined, and you're going to be wondering why your body text is underlined when you never selected underline as one of the properties for the style. Okay, so guys, that's very important. So I'll go back here, and step 7 tells us to apply the style, MC style, to this text. Okay, the text that in question is manner construction news. So we're just going to apply the style. So just select this whole text and apply title. Okay, next question, below the title, add the subtitle, report by, and then add your name. Okay, so just come back here, below the subtitle, just put your case at the end and type enter, and just say report by, and then put your name there, Chikasa Evans. Okay, next step, so don't worry about the size of this, just follow instructions. Next step, this is supposed to be apply MC subtitle style to this text. Okay, the text in question is the one that is just above there. Okay, so let's go back here, select this whole text and apply subtitle, and you see that it's going to work out. Okay, so the other thing that I need to verify also is if subheading actually has got underline. The same thing that we did with body to remove the underline feature, we need to do also with subheading, because the last one to use underline was subtitle, and the next style that you're going to build is usually built based on the previous rather on the previous style that existed. So go back here on modify and just also remove underline on subheadings. This is very important, guys. Please, if you don't understand what I'm talking about here about the text being underlined, if you go back to your style sheet, just on top there, you'll notice that subheading and body under enhancement, they are not underlined. There's no enhancement, it's just none. But because subtitle was the last one that we built which had an enhancement, all these styles that will be built will be based on the subtitle, so they will have underline there. So you need to reset the underline to none, or rather the underline to none, or the enhancement to none. This is very important, guys, otherwise you're going to see that your styles are not going to actually work out. So I'm going to just deselect them and then say okay. So that is that. Next step, which is step okay, let's see. Okay, we've done that step. We're going to step apply the MC subtitle style to this text. We've done that. Step 10, apply the subtitle text. After the subtitle text, format the rest of the text, the rest of the document into 2 equally spaced columns with a 2 centimeter gap. Okay, so we're going to go back here. The rest of the text below the subtitle is this one, so just select the entire text. Okay, and up to the last part, and then format this in terms of 2 columns. So just click on more columns, and then under 2 columns, then spacing, make it 2 centimeters, and then click on OK. So you notice that actually the gap between one column and the other is actually 2 centimeters. Okay, so next step, apply the body style, MC body style, to this text. Okay, so before I even deselect this entire text, I'm gonna go on home and apply the body. Okay, just click on OK. So on body, MC body, and you see that the text would have been applied to body. Next, in the left column before the first paragraph, enter the subheading the company. In the left column before the first paragraph, enter the subheading. So you need to identify which one is your first paragraph. The first paragraph in my case is this one, so just before that I'm gonna press enter and type in the company. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then step 13, identify all the subheadings in the document and apply MC subheading style to each one. Okay, so we apply MC subheading to all the styles, rather the subheadings there. So we need to apply all the subheadings. This is subheading, This is a subheading. If you scroll down, this is a subheading too. This is a subheading. The company news, this is a subheading. Okay, so all subheadings, they are capitalized in each word. This is a subheading as well, and this is a subheading. Yeah, I think all the subheadings have been selected. Just verify, go through, scroll down, scroll up, whichever the direction you are, and just verify that all subheadings have actually been checked. So you need to make these as subheading. Okay, so you notice that all of them will actually be made as subheadings. Okay, so next step, step 14, import the image M16 power.jpg. Okay, so where do we place this image? We'll place it on the first page, just below the subheading, the project, and then it should be aligned to the top of the following paragraph. Okay, and then it should also be aligned to the left of the margin. Okay, so the image is M16 power. So just on the first page, just underneath project, just at the beginning of the first paragraph, just put your cursor there, rather the paragraph just below project, just at the point at which it starts, where it is, just somewhere here, just at the beginning there. Don't press enter key, okay, to create some space. No, don't do that. Just put the cursor there and go to insert and then pictures, and then you browse to the desktop and this March 2016 paper 2, and this is the image in question. So that's the image. Now don't try to start dragging this image and putting it where you want it to be. Chill. Don't do that. Okay, please don't do that. I repeat, don't start dragging this image to try it in an attempt to place it where it's supposed to be. Just wait, follow instructions, because all you did was to insert this image at the right spot, and then the image was able to come to the right spot. Okay, so what you need to do now is to make sure that the image, first of all, you did that the image was placed on the first page, below, just below the project, the subheading project, and then it was also aligned with the top of the following paragraph. So just before the word it, we put the image, and then it was aligned left margin. Okay, so that should be fine. The next step is supposed to rotate the image 180 degrees. So just where the image is selected, click on rotate. Now here you will see that there is rotate 90 degrees. There's no rotate 180 degrees, but you can rotate this twice. Okay, 90 degrees and again 90 degrees. That gives you 180 degrees. Alternatively, you can come here on more rotation, and then just under rotation, just make it 180 here, and that should be fine. And you see that the image actually flips, or more like upside down. Okay, so that is done. Next step that you're supposed to do is to crop the image to remove 50% from the right. Okay, so you remove off some sections, 50% from. Please don't resize this. This is cropping, not resizing. Okay, so you need to crop this image and cut off 50%. So 50% will be just about, let's say, just about there. Okay, that should be around 50%, just about there. Do you need a rule to measure? Well, you can if you want, but you can also use the margins of the rule on top there. You can see that this is just about 50% that you need there. So next step, resize the image to 5 centimeters high and maintain aspect ratio. So what you need to do now is to click on this image, and then right click, go to size and position, and then go to make sure that aspect ratio down here is actually checked. Otherwise the image will be distorted. So under absolute height, make sure that it is 5 centimeters and click on OK. And there you go. You see that the picture now automatically comes where it is supposed to be. Okay, so if we had attempted to put this picture where it was supposed to be initially, we could have probably tempered with some of the alignments and all, but as you work through, you find that it automatically picking up, and it is being placed where it's supposed to be. So let's go back here, and then it says make sure that the text wraps around the image, and then it may look like this. So this is how it's going to look. So this one here is a project, and then this is the image here, and the text should wrap around the image. So to wrap around, just go on text, wrap text, and then select tight. Okay, and you see that the text is going to be there. Okay, so the next thing that you guys are supposed to do is that you need to make sure that the image is actually aligned with the left margin, and it is aligned with the top margin. Okay, so it should be aligned with the top margin. just there. Okay, so that should be fine. Okay, this means that the text is actually okay. So the next thing that we're supposed to do is to okay, so the text may look like this. Okay, you have some text on the right side and some text below. So don't worry about the text below. You see that you don't have text below here. If you did have I mean, if this was pushed a little bit down or a little bit up, you will see that you're going to have some text below. Like I said, as long as you're doing the right thing, don't worry about how the alignment and the layout is coming out as you're doing that. Some things are going to begin to sort them out on their own as you begin to do your work. Okay, so step 15, format the table so that it fits within the column width. Okay, so come back here, the table, just verify that the table fits the column width. Okay, you check that. If I click on top there, you see that my table is actually fitting in the column width, so I'll leave it as it is. And then next, make sure that no text is wrapped within the cell. So come back here to check if there is possibility of text wrapping. So select the table, okay, and go to layout, and you see that when you select the table and you go to layout, if there was text wrapping, then this button here should have been on. Okay, but since it's off, it shows you there's no text wrapping. But what is causing this text overall capacity to actually to appear as though it is wrapping? Okay, so what you need to do is to actually resize this table. Okay, so you need to draw modify the columns, rather the column size or the column width, so that it actually fits that. So the best that you can do also is to you just maybe drag this side, okay, and drag this side as well. Okay, so just make sure that okay, just that should be fine. You see that you have single text and this is not actually wrapping around. Okay, and there you go. Now you see that you have a sentence just below the picture automatically, because this table has been pushed up there. So you didn't have to force the picture to have to look like the way it was supposed to look, where you had text just in at the bottom there. You didn't have to do that. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna have to close this part, this scanning here. Otherwise it may be eating up my system resources and making this video recording slow. Okay, so yeah, so this is done. Next thing that we're supposed to do is to the top row should be light gray, okay, with 10 to 20% of shading. Okay, so to do that, select the top row, just double click the top row, and then go to home, and then under background, okay, shading, you need to select 10. This is 15%. Okay, I'm comfortable with 15%. Okay, so I'm going to make it 15%. Next thing that we're supposed to do is to make sure that the table or grid lines are no borders or grid lines are visible. Okay, so in other words, don't just be satisfied that this table is looking good. Okay, sometimes they may ask you to put the borders, sometimes they may ask you to remove the borders. So in this case, we've been told that this table should not have borders. So I'm going to select this table, right click, and go to table property, and then go to borders and shading, and then make sure that where it says all, which shows outside borders and the grid, should not be there. So select none, and then click on OK, and OK, and you'll see that this table actually doesn't have the borders. Okay, if you click on margins, you see that the table is within the margins, and so that should be fine as well. So done with formatting the table, we go to step 16, spell check and proofread the document, and then place okay, so we can spell check and proofread the document. You see automatically, if you press F7 on your keyboard, you see that you have some misspelled words. So construction is supposed to be construction. Please be careful not to put constructions. Okay, so you can proofread to make sense out of this. Can constructions actually work out? So you check. We had to construct roads and communication links up through the mountains to take the heavy construction traffic. So you cannot say constructions traffic. Okay, so it's just construction. And then communication also, it cannot be communications. I mean, it cannot be communications with this apostrophe here. It just has to be communication as it is. And then the document is okay. So this document is now perfect in terms of grammar and spelling. So the next thing that we're supposed to do is to actually check that the document and paragraphs are complete, that the spacing is consistent, that there are no widows or orphans, and then there are no blank pages. Okay, so to check the orphan and widows, you need to go back here, select paragraph here, and then go to line and page break, and you see that make sure that this part here, let me just emphasize here, make sure that this part here actually is selected. Okay, this is very important. Make sure that when on this window, okay, and let me just put here, this part should be checked if you're going to be controlling the orphans and the widows in that. So that is very important, guys. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. Get this a screenshot. We don't need this. So I was just trying to confirm. So the other thing that you can also use to do is to put the show hide show paragraph marks and hidden formatting symbols. Okay, so show paragraph. So what this does is that it's going to show you all the spaces, single spaces, where the paragraph is. So this symbol is showing you that this is a paragraph, this is a paragraph on its own, and then you will see also that there is one symbol here. If there are two symbols there, it shows that you have double spaces there, and you need to work on that. So if you go through this document, it will show you that actually this document is perfectly complete. There are no double spacing or double spaces where paragraph needed to be and stuff like that. This document is absolutely perfect. Okay, so you come back to the question, and then there are no blank pages in this document. I've just checked on that, and also the paragraphs are complete, the document is complete, and you get a single mark for doing that. Okay, so save and print your document. Okay, so make sure that before you print this document, actually, that your name, center number, and candidate number appear on your document. Okay, so just come back here, just verify that actually your name, candidate number, and center number are appearing on this document. I'm gonna have to remove this, and then I'm gonna have to go here on file, go on print, make sure that it's been printed on A4, and then I'll print this document as it is. Okay, right. So guys, this marks the end of document production, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this session. I'm sorry if the video has taken a bit longer, but I wanted really to just clarify some things, and just to help you guys with all that you need to know to tackle document production. So in the next video, I'm gonna start looking at task 3, which is database report. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to my channel, like the videos, comment whatever you want me to do. If I have a video in mind that you want me to do, please do comment out that. And if you have any question that you want to ask, you can comment that also. Also share these videos with your friends. Tell them, tell your classmates, whoever, your teacher, that there are videos that they can use in class, which are very helpful. I try to make these videos as much helpful as possible, so that not only students can use these videos, but also teachers who are teaching ICT can also learn one or two things. I'm not saying I know everything and stuff. I'm not the mastermind mind here, but I mean, I try as much as possible to make these videos as useful as possible, so that either teachers or students or whoever would want to know a lot of stuff about ICT can use these videos. So I'll see you guys in the next videos, and thank you so much for watching. God bless you.